Hello guys, hi friends, happy Thursday. This is Angela with Word and Home. Come on in, let's do some crafting. When you guys, get my comments pulled up here, sorry. When you hop on, make sure that you say hello. If you don't see the little red live button right up here, then you're catching the replay. So just make sure that you put hashtag replay in the comments and tell me what you're up to on the replay when you watch. Ask any questions that you might have, and we always try to go back and answer those. So come on in, let's do some Thursday crafting, and we'll go ahead, get my comments. Hi Rhea, happy Thursday friend. I hope everybody's having a great day. No matter what you're doing, hope you are having a good one and things are going well. We're almost to the weekend. So what I like about going live on Thursdays is because we're so close to the weekend. So we're gonna do some crafting to finish up our week, and we're doing something for spring today. I found this little wood bunny cutout from Hobby Lobby. It's got a cute little tail on the back. You've probably seen it. And we're going to fix him or her up for spring. So this, I'm trying to think, I think I cut my tag off. I think this ended up costing me like, maybe like I want to say it was a couple of bucks. I'm sorry, I cut the tag off and I wanted to keep it so I could tell you guys. Okay, it was $2.99. I think that's the right one. It was $2.99 and it was 40% off that. So very inexpensive, and it's a pretty good sized bunny. So this is what we're gonna working with today. Oh, Rhea, you're organizing your craft stash. It seems like we're always having to do that, aren't we, friend? It's constantly, I'm constantly messing everything up. So that's always a good thing to do. So I thought we might try some crackle on this. So I haven't done crackle in a little bit, and I love to do crackle, and I know that a lot of you do too. So we're gonna try crackle on this little guy. Hi, my friend Lynn. And earlier this week, well, maybe I think it was just yesterday, I put on a question and I showed the picture of these little Dollar Tree boxes, and I asked what you guys were doing with these, and you guys made some amazing projects. And so I was inspired by, I think it was Dawn DuPont, and there were several of you that shared something very similar, and you shared the bunny and you had attached the wood box to the front. So we're gonna try that. So you guys inspired me, but we're using 2 boxes today. So you need 2 of these Dollar Tree little mini crates for $1.25. And then you'll need a bunny form of some kind. This one's from Hobby Lobby, and it's pretty thick, I think, and it's really good quality, and it's on sale right now. So grab you one of these, and then we're gonna put these together to create something really cute. Thank you, Rhea, for sprinkling. Hi, Jenny. So I'm thinking that this will be my front, and we're just gonna leave this with his little tail as the back. So I'm not doing anything to this side. I'm gonna use this side. So, and it had like the little tag was attached right here. So what I did was I just had a couple of little staples, and I just pulled those out, and I put some wood filler on here and sanded it off. And so we're just gonna paint over top of it. Hi, my friend Labriska from My Eclectic Treasures is here. Hey, friend. So we're gonna do that crackle, you guys. And so I need a color that's gonna peek through the crackle. And I'm kind of liking this Cinnamon by Folk Art. So we're gonna give this one a try. So the first thing we're gonna do is just cover the whole face of this with our cinnamon paint. And I already painted my little crates and added some good grief, some wax to these so that you guys don't have to watch me paint all that. So come on in, tell me something. We're just gonna put a little bit of this on there. If you're just hopping on, tell me something good about your day, something you've got planned for the weekend. Maybe tell me what you did on Valentine's Day. Mr. Wardenhome and I have not had our actual Valentine's Day yet. We will do that tomorrow night. So we're gonna go out to dinner when it's a little more low key, I hope. Fingers crossed everybody else isn't doing, doesn't have the same idea. But usually it works fine. So we like to wait a few days after just so it's not so busy, you know. So this is a pretty, I love this color. So that's why I wanted to use it, and it will darken up just a little bit. You've only done it once, Rhea? Oh, you got to do the crackle more often. You got to try it. It just gives, for this look, I'm kind of going for more of a vintage, rustic, you know, kind of look. And so the crackle will be perfect, I think. Oh, Jenny, happy anniversary, 32. That's awesome. That is an amazing milestone. I was thinking about it yesterday. I'm terrible at remembering how many years we've been married. 27. It'll be 27 for Mr. Wardenholm and I this year in August. So we've got a anniversary coming up, but not till this summer. Okay, so we're just gonna keep, and it doesn't have to be a super heavy coat. I just want enough on here because I'm going to put a top coat on here of ivory colored paint because I am going for, like I said, a little bit more, I don't know if rustic is the word, but I'm going to make it look a little more primitive, vintage, whatever the right wording is. And so I'm going to use the ivory on top. So I just want enough paint to give me a light coat here. Thank you, Labriska, for sprinkling me. Jennifer, it is, it's the folk art, and it's matte, and it is cinnamon. I'll hold that up there. So if you guys want to like snap a little picture of that, you can if you're interested in it. And I love this. I really do like this color in this paint. And usually when I'm doing like my undercoat, my color that's going to kind of peek through, a lot of times I'll do black or I don't know, a darker. I've done red before, but this, I just wanted this to be a little more subtle. So fingers crossed that it works out. I think it will. Okay, we're going to get his ears. And I don't know about you guys, but I have my Dollar Tree, I have been having a heck of a time finding any wood cutouts, right? I mean, I know they don't have any this big, but usually they have more bunny cutouts and things. And my Dollar Tree has been, I don't know, it's just, maybe they just don't have them out yet. And maybe I'm rushing it. But, so I just ran on into Hobby Lobby and they had 40% off. So I grabbed this guy. Okay, so we've got, let's get this one little corner right over here done, and then we'll be good to go, and we'll dry him down. Oh yeah, black would be really pretty. If you wanted to do a darker color, yes, that would be so pretty. I with my decor and stuff, kind of like my style, and I love to use ivory, but yes, black would be so pretty. And if you guys do this and you do it in a different color like black or something, make sure you share pictures because I always love to see. Okay, I've got some little like pieces of something in my paint. Okay, I think we've got pretty good coverage. Let's go ahead and dry this down. Well, Rhea, you know, the key word you said there was trying. I'm trying to do that too. But I always find myself back in there. Always. Either Dollar Tree or Hobby Lobby or... And I've always got some, I mean, I have lots of stuff to craft with, but you just always need that one more thing. Now, this layer we want to dry, okay? You want it to get completely dry. Try not to get paint on my clothing. So we're gonna make sure that we take our time with this and dry this guy down, this layer pretty quickly and really well. Y'all, they're saying our weather next week We could have a high of 80 next week. Can you believe that? I don't know what your weather is like where you are. I know some of you are still really cold up north, but here in Oklahoma, maybe 80 next week. That's just unbelievable. I got it a little bit thicker on the bottom down here, so stick that. Well, that's understandable, Rhea. You're saving your money and you have a budget for a reason, so I get that. I totally get that. Okay, I'm going to take my wet wipe because I know I made a mess around the edges of it. So I'm just going to take a little... I know that I kind of ran the paint over right here. And so I do this even on our kit pieces that we cut on our Glowforge. Whenever I cut them and whenever I paint them, I just always take a little wipe like this. If I want, you know, the edges not to have paint on them. And this takes it off really well. Because try as I might, I'm a messy painter. Let's check his little ears. This side's a little bit better. And you might, these sides are a little bit rough, so you could always, run like a sanding block or something over these two. Okay, Mr. Bunny. Okay, there's his base coat. It looks kind of orangey a little bit, but I think it's going to be, I think it'll come through that crackle good. Got paint everywhere. Just clean a little bit of that off. Hi, Kathy. Yes, Rhea, it always helps. It always helps my page. That's a great question. Thank you for asking that. If you watch my replays, absolutely it helps. It helps my page. And you know that Facebook algorithm, any amount of time that you go on there and watch will help me. And of course, the longer the better. And you know, anytime you comment on a post, that helps. And if you L-I-K-E, if you do that, it helps. If you S-H-A-R-E, it helps. But when you comment, it really makes a difference. So thank you for asking that. Hi, Liz. Hi, Carol. Okay, so this is dry. Let's see. Now we're going to do our crackle coat, okay? So I'm going to try to hope that you can see a little bit, kind of pull it back. I just use, and everybody has a different opinion on this, I just use good old white glue for this, okay? And different people like to do different things. I don't know that there's any wrong or right way, as long as you get the crackle that you want, you know, the look. And I just prefer white glue for this. So now I have read that if you want a better crackle, to not brush back and forth, you know, try to just brush one way. Can't talk. So there's that. Hi, Deborah. Welcome. Lynn, I know. I love this cinnamon color too. Oh, okay. Kathy said another crafter said at least 3 minutes. Yep, Kathy, that is very good. Very good information. And thank you guys. I appreciate you so much. And it really does help. It helps all of these, everybody, when you just do exactly what they said there. And it doesn't cost you anything either, but it could, just a little bit of your time, and it really does help us. Okay. And my brush is already a little bit wet. I'm going to wet it just a little bit more. And I'm going to try to Just get these ears. This is kind of a big area to cover. And I try to brush just one way, but it's hard. It's hard for me. So I just do the best I can. And my crackle usually comes out really well. So just do your best, you know, especially if you've never done the crackle before. Just make sure you get your glue on all your space here. And I do have my ceiling fan on, so I'm trying to move quickly because it was hot in here, so I had to turn it on, but I don't want it to dry my stuff down too quickly. And put a little bit more right here. I missed a comment. I'll go back and look and see what you guys are saying. And I'm going to put just a little bit more right here. Although this bottom part will be hidden mostly because of the boxes. So, okay, see my glue there? I'm not going to do a super thick coat. Sometimes I do. Now, this next part, while my glue is still wet, I'm going to go ahead and start brushing my ivory paint on. Hi, Debbie. I used the Folk Art Cinnamon for the first layer. And then we put a layer of white glue. And when that's still wet, I'm going to start brushing my ivory paint on. And we're going for a crackle. That's our goal. And the ears make it really hard to just brush one way, you guys. So I'm just doing the best I can. It might, Jennifer. You might, maybe a palette knife. And there's so many people, and there's probably people in the comments that could answer that too, that have probably crackled more than me, and they probably have more experience with it. So they might be able to tell you. I've only ever used a paintbrush, but it's always good to think outside the box because it could really make a difference. Okay, so I got the head. Okay, see I've got most of it. And it's really hard. It's like a brain thing for me to pull my paintbrush one way. Okay. Let's do this side. And then I'll promise I'll go back and look at your comments. I feel like I'm ignoring you guys. I'm just trying to get this on here as quickly as possible. Okay. Okay. I have a few areas that are a little bit lighter, but I think it'll be okay. Okay, so I've got my ivory, and it's Waverly Ivory Paint. I've got that on top. And I can see a few spots that aren't covered quite as well as the other, but I feel like it's gonna work for me because I'm kind of wanting that distressed look anyway. Let's get a little bit of this paint off the sides. Now you can, some people just let this dry naturally. I'm gonna add some heat. I always add heat to mine, so we'll see how. Thank you, Tina, for sprinkling. Hi, Noreen, I'm glad you caught me live. Well, Terry, you just have to keep practicing on the crackle. I mean, I feel like I do pretty good most of the time, but you know, I don't know. And you just never know. And I just look at it as I really enjoy it and I'm having fun. Well, hi, Shirley. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for watching. Let's see. Kathy says, I like to use the silicone makeup doohickey from Dollar Tree for the Mod Podge. Yes, and I have one of those. I have one of those somewhere, and they do work well. You are right. And Deborah, welcome, Deborah. I think I may have already answered you earlier. I can't remember. Okay. Okay, so let's add some heat to it. Let's see. I mean, it starts to crackle already with just drying. Like I said, I have my ceiling fan on, but... And like I was saying earlier, I have read that when you brush your paint on and your glue, if you try to just go one direction, that you get a better effect. And I just do the best I can. Okay, I'm going to hold it up like this so you guys can start to see the crackle. You can see the crackle start to appear when you're adding your heat. It's so cool. It never gets old. Crackle. It never gets old. It is so fun. Okay. And I like that cinnamon color coming through. I'll show you guys. Looks really good. It is, Jennifer. Isn't it funny how when you're an adult, the things that make you happy? Okay. I'm happy with this. I really am. Okay. So let me hold it up here for you guys. I think we got a pretty darn good crackle on here, and you can see that cinnamon color kind of peeking through there, and you could use any color you wanted for that. Okay, whatever your favorite color is. If you wanted something darker, you could do anything. Okay, so there's our crackle. It is the little things. Thanks, Rhea. Thanks, Kathy. And I just, like I said, I just kind of practice on the crackle over time. And, you know, the more you practice, the better, I think. So now we're going to, I don't think I'm going to put a face on this one. You could put a face on your bunny if you wanted to. I got to clean it up just a smidge. I'm not going to put a little face on here. I'm just going to leave it plain. But we're going to put our little crates on there. And then we've got some little carrots that we're going to put in there. And I'm going to tell you and show you what I did to my carrots. We're going to make him fun. Okay. So let's kind of set our little bunny right there. Now earlier I painted these crates with my same Waverly Ivory. Now there's not a big difference because you can see I didn't paint the inside, and there's not a big difference. There's just really not. But I went ahead and painted all the sides of my crate with the Waverly, and then I took my wax, and it's in the dark antique. Okay, and I put that on the front of these guys, okay, because I'm using 2 of them on the front of our bunny, and we're going to put some of that same bare wax on him. Hi June, thank you so much. Hi Terry, thank you. So I'm thinking on around the edges, we could maybe darken this little guy up just a little bit. We don't want to use too much on the face of it because I don't want to cover up that cinnamon color. That's so pretty. And I may go back and paint the back of him later because the way he is, when we can set him as a centerpiece. So if this is the front, and then people could see the back too. So you could use them on a table at Easter for a centerpiece. That would be cute. I'm just kind of putting some of this around the edges. I don't want to focus on the bottom too much because those crates are going to be on the bottom. So you're not going to see a lot. And we're just going to add a little bit of this. I thought I could just wax the whole thing, but I wasn't thinking about that cinnamon color trying to pop through there. So see along the edge right there, I'm just adding just a little bit. And you could use the Waverly antiquing wax for this. And if you don't have any of that, you could just use some brown paint, okay, to kind of make him look a little bit aged and distressed. So if you don't have the wax and you don't want to spend a lot of money on that, there's definitely ways around it. Just kind of, you know, think outside the box and think about what you have on hand. Okay, I'm just kind of going around his ears. Just adding just a little bit here and there. We'll put just a little bit on the top, but I don't want to overdo it. And maybe just gonna run my brush lightly. I don't have a whole lot of wax on here, just a little bit. Just to darken these ears up just a smidge. Okay. So there he is. I think he looks pretty darn cute just like that. Now, let's go ahead and... Hi, Jolene. Thank you. Thank you so much. June, the bunny came from Hobby Lobby and he was 40% off this week. So under $2. So a really good deal. Thank you. So let's set him up and I'm going to show you. So some people used one and then they put the feet on there, like on the outside of these little crates. I decided not to do the feet, but if you wanted to, you could totally put the little bunny feet on here and that would be cute too. I am going to fill these. So let's go ahead and attach these and see if I can get them on there straight. We'll use a little bit of E6000 and some hot glue to put these together. Oh, Carol, thank you for the stars. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And if you're not signed up for my Telegram, I always forget to talk about this, but make sure you go over and I'm just putting a little bit of E6000 in the center here. Make sure you sign up for my Telegram because before I go live, I always send out a Telegram and Facebook doesn't always alert you when I'm live. So the Telegram is something that I can control, but I can't control Facebook. The Facebook algorithm, I cannot control, unfortunately. So I've had a lot of people tell me that, hey, I don't get your notifications anymore. So, and also you might check and make sure that it's checked for you to be notified because sometimes those get unchecked too. So, okay, so I glued these together first. And I just put my E6000 a little bit in the middle, and then around that E6000, I put hot glue to hold it immediately for me. Oh, well, I've been missing you. I'm glad you're back. And like I said, maybe you're not getting notifications. I mean, that could 100% be it. Now, I'm going to kind of hold him. I'm kind of looking to see where his feet are, to see where I want to attach these boxes. I want to get them on here straight. So I'm going to put some E6000. If you don't have E6000, you can use just hot glue or any other craft glue for this. I like the E6000. It gives me a good hold. The hot glue is great, but if you store him in your attic or anywhere where the temperature fluctuates, your hot glue, it'll pop off, okay, because it doesn't like heat. Okay, now we'll just put a little bit of hot glue here and then a little bit on top. And now we will do our very best to get him on here centered. Hi, Vicky. How are you, friend? I think I did a pretty good job. I'm always afraid I'm going to glue it off center, and that does happen sometimes, so I try to be very careful. Okay, so he's got his little crates on the front of him, okay? So you could sit him on a table for your Easter centerpiece or spring centerpiece, and then you can still see his little backside, which is cute. So now I'm thinking we will fill this with just, we're gonna put a bow on him too. So let's go ahead and do that. I like to stain and do the tea stain on a lot of stuff. And if you guys have been following me very long, you know that. And so I just like to tear strips of material and soak them in tea. Now what I did with these, I've got a string there, is, and I've been watching, if you haven't watched like Stephanie over at Vintage Pebble, you guys, she does the cutest stuff. And so I've started watching her, and so I've been really grunging stuff up a lot more. And what I did was I just took my coffee grounds, I ran some more through what was still in the coffee maker, and about a cup, and I put that in a bowl. And I always like to put some coffee grounds in there too. Soaked it in that, and then when I took it out to dry, I sprinkled it with cinnamon, and then I just set everything out in the sun to dry. Okay, and then so then your material is just, it just has a nice kind of a grungy tint to it. I don't know how else to put it, but it looks kind of dingy, which we usually don't like, but on projects like this, it's so cute. So these are all material strips, and I just kind of have them bound up and I'm kind of make a bow. I'm going to tie around, and this is going to be his little bow. So it's super cute, super easy. Thank you, Debbie. Thanks, Kathy. So we're going to take, I'm sorry if I was shaking that at you guys. Like, I just realized, I was like, oh. I'm going to tie this up in the center. I just have some string, but you can use jute twine or whatever you got. This is just a little bit thinner. It's a little bit easier to work with. And we'll tie this up first, and then I made something, we've got something else to add to the center to it, because, you know, you just always need a little bit extra something to go in there. Let me see, where does that go? That goes around there, I guess. And I just kind of bunched all this up together the best I could, just to kind of make it into a cute little bow. So we're going to tie that up. Okay. And I've got some little plaid. I tried to keep it somewhat neutral, but I do have a little bit of orange polka dot in there and some of our little black buffalo plaid. Now, I guess I could have left that because we could still tie, I could still leave this piece. I cut a little like carrot out of just craft paper, and I soaked it in my coffee too. Add a little bit of orange paint, just have fun with it. I added an ink to the outside edge just to kind of grunge it up a little bit. And I think we will stamp on it, and I think we'll stamp spring. So super duper easy This little set came from Dollar General, and I think it was $5. And I've used this set a lot. So grab you a little inexpensive set of these stamps because they are so fun. I know, Vicki, isn't it so cool? And every time I'm doing it, my husband comes in and he's like, what are you doing? Like, I'm using tea. I'm tea or coffee. I just always use leftover coffee. I'm tea or coffee staining, and it's just enjoyable. So I think we're gonna put spring on this. So let's just kind of see if we can get this stamped on here. And you could do any shape or any kind of stamp with this. Just I'm trying to make sure that I have enough space to get my whole word on here. Because sometimes I don't, and then I run out of space, so hopefully we can. And then I think we'll have just enough room to put our G on there. And you could put any kind of, whatever your favorite word is on that. So, okay, I just stamped spring on there. And he came together pretty quickly. I kept the end of one of my strings, so we'll just run that through there. And then I'll just kind of wrap it back around maybe. And we'll see if maybe we can just run it through this one and tie it off. Because I shouldn't have snipped it, but I did. And I'm so ready for spring. How about you guys? I saw somebody on Facebook say today that their temperature this morning was like 9, and I thought, oh my goodness, it was so cold. I'm so over it. Okay, so there's our little bow, and probably gonna have to play with that a little bit. And there's our little carrot that says spring on it. I'm just gonna put this on the little neck area. And I may trim some of these up too. I may play with them just a little bit. But I'm just going to use my hot glue and put a little dab. And put this on the little neck area. And then I might add something else to the center of that bow. I think it's missing something. Yeah, I know, Kathy. And I always get the edge of the stamp on there. I always, no matter how hard I try. You started planting your garden? Awesome. Awesome, Vicki. I'm so ready. What have you planted? What can you plant this early? Like onions, maybe? Okay. How cute. How cute is that already? Isn't it cute? He's got his big bow on there around his neck. So now we just need to fill our little crates. And so let me show you my little carrots. Oh gosh, 16 degrees in Wyoming. And oh my goodness, Jennifer. You may love the snow. I don't know, but I don't. I would cry. Okay, so I found these little carrots at Hobby Lobby. And I wanted something a little more neutral. I couldn't find anything more neutral. So I sprayed these with some coffee, and I set them out in the sun. I sprinkled some cinnamon on them just to kind of grunge them up a little bit. I think maybe you can see a little bit better on that one. So they're not so stark and white. Now, if you don't like that look, you certainly could skip that step. So I have these, and then I bought 2 packages, and I wanted some that were more neutral. So what I did was I took one of these carrots, and I had some strips of material that I had tea stained, and I just wrapped wrapped those strips around the carrots. So now I have some that are a little more neutral, and I can use both of these in our little wood crates. So now we're going to put these in here. And I already took earlier a Spanish moss out, and I put it in a bowl because I thought it would be less messy, but I don't think it's going to be. Oh, you're planting on it. Okay. But you know, I feel like it's getting like, you can plant, I don't ever plant onions, so I don't know, but I feel like onions and lettuce you can plant earlier, right? I'm thinking that you can. My sister and my mom would be so disappointed in me not knowing that. Okay, so we're just going to add some just a little bit of our Spanish moss in here. And then we'll just tuck our carrots down in there. So super duper simple and easy. Okay, so we've got that in there. Maybe we'll add just a little bit more on this side so that you can't see the bottom. I still can't get over you're getting snow. We could still get snow too, but I'm just crossing my fingers that we don't. Okay, so put as much or as little of the Spanish moss as you want in there, and then just tuck your little carrots in there. Like I said, I kind of made mine a little dingy, but that was the look I was going for. Tuck your little carrots in there. And you're good to go. So we've got a little carrot. You could put little flowers in here. You could put some sprigs of greenery. And you know, I don't know how I feel about the orange, the extra orange in there. Let's just put all neutral carrots in there and see how that looks. See if that looks better. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. So that's how it looks with just the neutral carrots, but we could pop an orange one in there. Thank you, Jennifer. Thanks, Terry. Debbie, you like the orange? Okay, yeah, I think I might tuck another one in there. Thanks, Rhea. Tuck them in there. They do kind of bring your eye down to these little crates too. Thank you. Thanks, Amy. Thanks, Lynn. And I was thinking maybe something across the front of this too. You could even put, I had something over here. Like these little, I bought these on clearance. It's the little from the Paper Studio a while back at Hobby Lobby. And I cut a section off. And I did kind of dingy it up. I put it in that same stuff that I was telling you guys about. So we could even put that. Let's see if I can hold them up here. We could even put that across here too, and we could make it say something. So I'm not sure if I like that idea, or if I just want to leave it plain, because you could leave it off too. So you could always do something like that. Okay, good. Looks good with a little price sign would be cute on the front. Yes, and that's good too, because I have some little stuff like I could put it on here and it could say like carrots, like 10 cents or something. That's a really good idea. I like that. I almost like, and I could even just cut like one of these off, and we could tie it. We could put it like on the corner or something, and I could put like carrots 1 cent or something. I'll have to figure something out, because I do like that idea of a price tag a lot. Thank you guys. Thanks for hanging with me. I'm loving how it turned out, and I can't wait to see if you guys do it. Thanks for hanging out with me on this pretty Thursday. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. Be sure to sprinkle for me if you enjoyed. I would always appreciate that. It'll be cute with the garland. Okay, well maybe I might try. I might go ahead and add that garland on the front. I'll fuss with it. I'll fuss around with it. Thank you, Jenny. And then I'll share a complete finished picture of it. Thank you, Noreen. Thanks, guys, for spending time with me. I will see you again next Thursday. Thursday at 4 is typically my time to go live. So if you're new here, I would love if you would join me again next week. And oh, darn it, Stephanie, make sure you go back and watch the replay. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Deb. Thank you, Shirley. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging with me. Okay, I will see you guys again next time. Have a great rest of your evening. Bye, guys.